Welcome back, my friend. Kris Krohn here, and today we are going to be jamming together on something super exciting. We're going to be talking about new age, how to find the very best deals in real estate. Hey, welcome back, friend. Today we're going to be talking about finding the very best deals in real estate. Now, if you're a subscriber to the channel and you've been watching, you know that the secret to making a lot of money in real estate starts with actually how you buy the home, making sure you buy it with as much equity as possible, making sure that you buy it in the most advantageous way. Now, you know that I'm always screaming my system and how to buy and at what price range and how to do it. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing that keeps people from taking action is they're always asking, how do I find the good deals? I want to show you literally in the next 30 minutes how to get your hands on a really good deal. And I'm going to fulfill that promise even though this video is only going to last a few minutes. I'm going to give you a tool where you can go online for free and literally in your backyard find a deal with equity. So check it out. I've got a friend joining me today from the company PropStream. This is Burton.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
And Burton is the specialist here on a software that his company's been developing here over the course of the last 14 years that nationwide pulls in all the best data and essentially accumulates it into a place where you can access it at no cost, at least during the free trial period, where you can go and literally get your hands right now on a screaming hot deal. So Burton, tell us just a little bit about it.
So PropStream is an online application. We have collected data, as Kris said, for the last 14 years. The data we've collected is MLS listings. We have about 98% of the United States' listings. We have pre-foreclosures, foreclosures, auction properties. We have cash buyers. We also even have involuntary liens. On top of that, we've been able to calculate mortgage balances, show you properties are sitting on equity and what properties may be in the negative or properties to eventually avoid, essentially.
Now guys, if you're new to real estate, Burton is dropping a lot of lingo on you, but here's what I want you to understand. It's just this simple. You want to know which properties in your backyard, close to you, or the place that you're buying in have a good deal, that they have equity, you can buy them at a certain way. So today what I want to do is actually I'm going to invite Burton to actually open up the system, log us in, and actually show us exactly the good deals that are sitting in my backyard. This is the exact process that you would follow for finding the good deals that are in your backyard. So Burton, open it up, man.
All right, so to begin, what we're going to start off doing is we're going to capture your IP address when you log in, and we're going to automatically zoom into your area. However, it's nationwide data. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by searching locally. We're going to start off by looking at Salt Lake City, Utah. When we do that, what you're going to see is at the top of the map, we're going to have all of our listing types automatically populated for you. So in Salt Lake, we have over 10,000 MLS recordings, pre-foreclosures, auctions, foreclosures. We have cash buyers. These are all cash bought properties.
Now guys, this is pretty amazing. They're collecting so much real estate data all across America that the 10,000 listings, just earlier we actually took a look and half of those are just recorded data of homes that have sold that allow them to actually run comps. When you want to know if you have a good deal, generally you go to a realtor and you say, hey, thank you for finding this good deal, or I found a good deal. Will you actually run a report to show me if there's potentially equity in there? You can actually bypass them and the system will do all of that for you. And so out of the 10,000 listings there, half of those listings are actually just representing the homes that have actually sold in the market. But look at that. It's capturing pre-foreclosures, auctions, foreclosures, cash buyers. And in a moment, when you get familiar with this, I want Burton to actually show you how you dial in on the homes that have the really high equity plays.
Absolutely. And so on top of providing you all the listing types that we have, such as involuntary liens, vacant, and high equities, we're also going to give you the statistics for Salt Lake City, Utah. So here we can see if price changes have increased in the last 30 days, if rental prices have increased in the last 30 days, price per square footage last year versus this year. We even have information on days on market. So if you're looking to list a property with an agent, here it's showing me that a 3-bedroom property will potentially last about 56 days on the market. This is imperative for me to know because, again, this is for anybody that's using lenders or their own mortgage, you want to know how long it's going to take to last on, or before it's sold on the market. There's going to be expenses that you'll need to take care of, like property expenses and mortgage expenses and so forth.
Awesome. Hey, you know what I want to do, Burton? Can we actually just dive in and actually do a search that I would do for a property?
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's what I like to do. So what are we doing here? We're going to click on...
We're going to click on our filter, and this will allow you through over 50 different filter options to apply whatever your specifications
All
are.
right, I'm looking for single family homes.
Okay. Now let's start off with this. Do you want an owner occupying the property, or do you want to have an absentee owner?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, we'll leave it at under any. And what listing type would you like us to filter?
All.
All. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll leave it blank here. So we're looking now for single family properties.
Yeah.
Any other property characteristics?
Yeah, I'm looking for a minimum of 3 bedrooms.
Minimum 3 bedrooms. We'll just do minimum to 3 on both ends here. So 3 and 3. What about bathrooms?
Bathrooms a minimum of 1.
1. All right.
And we don't want to max, so it can actually have more bedrooms
Oh, awesome.
and more bathrooms.
Well, let's do that.
That's just the minimum.
All right.
Square feet, I don't care about square feet. You're built, let's look at everything that's let's look at 1980 and newer.
Okay, 1980 and newer. All right.
Okay, we're not looking for any special features, but now I want to know.
MLS status. So this next section is going to ask us if we would also like these properties on the MLS. So we can start, do you want this property on the market or off the market?
Doesn't matter.
All right, so we'll leave it under any. Do you want it in any specific status of MLS?
Nope.
Failed? Nope. Okay.
No, but I am looking for homes that that are no higher. I'm looking for entry level, so I don't want it to be higher than, let's call it $200,000 on the well. Let's say market value of 230,000.
230,000. All right. We even have an option here where we can specify the owner. Do we want a corporate or an individual owner?
Let's go with an individual, so we're not dealing with a corporation.
Perfect. All right. And I had a suggestion here regarding the MLS status. This is just my personal opinion. On market, usually most properties that are on market have an exclusive contract with the broker. So we potentially can siphon through the results and find things that are not on the market. Maybe potential sellers that haven't reached out to a broker yet. Maybe we can get to them first.
Absolutely, let's do that.
All right. And then I think the last most important step here would probably be equity. Do you want to look for a certain percentage of equity?
Yes, we are looking for equity. So on this one, if you can, I'm looking for at least a 20% position
Okay.
or more.
Or more. So we'll start off with the minimum 20% in equity.
This is the most important feature of this entire system.
Right, now we're going to hit apply, and our system will do its magic. And what we've discovered is that out of all the results that we have, which is well over 100,000 results in Salt Lake City, there are 91 properties that are single family, minimum 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom, built in 1980 or newer, that are sitting on at least 25% in equity. And these are all individual homeowners.
Okay, let's actually do something. Back up real quick. So 91, that's an awesome list. I'm gonna have a heyday making deals. Go up to 30% equity, just for fun.
Absolutely.
I just want to know.
30% equity. Let's go here and let's do 30.
Because now you're getting me tickled.
That's the idea. So by doing that, we're going to reduce it down to 91. So they're probably sitting on more than 30%. So actually, let's do a much more aggressive amount. Let's do, how does 50% sound?
That sounds a little too crazy, but I like crazy, so that's
Let's
gonna work.
see. It's either they've paid down 50% or the property has increased by 50% since they last bought it. All right. We have 82 results now. So we've actually removed 9 properties that were under the 50% equity mark.
Okay, so let's do something here. Let's just pull one of these up.
Absolutely. So once we have our results, the next thing we can do is click on the individual property. And now we're going to give you all the details of the property.
Okay, so I want to know. So break this down for me. What are we seeing?
All right. So the first section we're going to see is our dashboard. This is going to show you the property characteristics. So in this case, it's a 4 bedroom, 1 bathroom. You have access to the property photos. By clicking on it, we can give you an aerial view or a street level view. So we'll give that just a second. So here's our bird's eye view of the property, and we also have a street level view for you.
That's freaking
All right,
amazing.
So be there without being there, essentially.
Okay, awesome.
All right, so we also have our estimated value, our on market or off market. Again, we specified we were looking for properties that haven't signed a contract with a broker. So this property is off market, sitting on 50% in equity. It has, it's not distressed, meaning it's not in pre-foreclosure foreclosure yet, but here's something that we just identified. This property is actually sitting on a lien. It's a $6,000 lien, and if we go to lien details.
That usually means that you could have a motivated seller, you could have someone that doesn't know how to solve their $6,000 problem.
Absolutely.
It's encumbering the property. You might be the solution king on this.
Absolutely. So now we can see lien details, our property details, we know who the owner is, property characteristics, site information, last sell information, prior sell information, which includes mortgage balance, interest rates, and so forth.
What was the lien for?
The lien is an abstract of judgment, and it was recorded in August 9th actually, the abstract issue was on July 18th, and it was recorded on August 9th, and the lien amount was $6,500. So if this homeowner does not pay for that lien, we're going into pre-foreclosure. If pre-foreclosure, no sale occurs, or property owner doesn't buy his property from the auction, it's going to go into foreclosure or a new homeowner.
So do we have an idea now of what they owe on the property?
Absolutely. Well, we know that with the mortgage information, the last sale was in 2007 of 137 of $34,000. Looks like there was it looks like it's two mortgages were used for this property. Transaction history 2007. So based on our records, we're showing that they don't actually have mortgage balance.
So it's actually totally paid off.
Paid outright, correct. With a lien.
And did they ever list this on the market?
No, it's currently off market now. But if that lien, gets out of control, it could go into pre-foreclosure, and now they'll most likely contact a broker. So we can.
And now do I have their contact information?
Well, that's what we have. So we have their tax information. We can see whether they're at the property itself, or if they're getting their tax bill at a different location. But we also have a feature where you can save your groups and skip trace contact information. So once we have isolated our results, we can run a skip trace and get emails, phone numbers, and landlines for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so friends, just gotta pause for a second. Like, I'm right now, I just want you to understand the level of elation and joy that I'm feeling in my life. Because in all my videos, I'm always sharing with you, how do you find brokers and agents and realtors? How do you work the system? How do you get the good deals? How do you go out and find these properties? How do you work the auctions? How do you? But you know what? We're living in a technological age where it's all at the fingertips. And this stuff is new. It's awesome. It's powerful. I've got 80 leads right there that I can now reach out to, that we can do the skip trace on, that we can get their contact information. So here's the cool thing. This is, I think, for everyone that's serious about investing or learning about investing and wants to actually get their hands on a good deal, it's important to have a tool like this. So this entire system is available to anyone in the public in America if they want to have this, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And there's also a free trial on it where if anyone wants to just try their hands on it, anyone can actually use this system right now.
Correct.
So my friends, here's what that means. If you click the link in the description below, you can actually go to the system right now. You can sign up for your free trial, and you can spend the next several days actually going and hunting out really awesome, lucrative deals. It only took us a few minutes to actually find properties that had potential for 50% equity plays. And if you keep watching some of the other videos we're going to produce, we're going to show you some of the other really cool tools and features. Because bottom line is, if you want to find a really good deal, it's all going to come down to a tool, whether that's a person like an agent and a human being, or whether that's taking the entire market and actually putting it at your fingertips. It's easy. For me, it's going to be really fun to use. I already know what I'm going to do with some of my toilet time. Yeah. We're going to go out there and start headhunting some amazing deals. So friends, if you want to know how to find the best deals, use PropStream and go ahead and get your hands on the free. I've negotiated a deal with them where you can actually get free access to it, because I want you to test drive it and I want you to see that this works and you can start getting good deals right now.